Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, since it's just about the middle of the year, I figured I would share with you guys the top 10 most worn fragrance I've worn these past like 6 months. Now, the first few months of this video, or this year I should say, I wasn't wearing a lot of fragrance because I was in the hospital and watching over my mama, but I did wear some when I would go to bed. There were some fragrances I would wear to be comforted, and then as we kind of got home and she recovered, I started to really wear a lot of fragrances. Now also this spring and summer has been very hot in Florida and very humid, so we went to like the 20s and the 30s, and then we went to like the 90s. And so a lot of these fragrances are very fresh springtime scents, even though the first half of the year was like winter and spring. A lot of these are more fresh, light, summertimey scents because of just the environment that I live in. But I figured it would be fun to sit down and share these guys with you. So if you'd like to know what fragrances those are, then keep watching. Now the fragrance I wore probably the most is the one that I wear in the morning, and sometimes I'll wear it to sleep. I do really love to wear this one to sleep. And it is one of my favorite fragrances, and it's Elizabeth Arden Green Tea. This is just such a beautiful and really easy to wear scent. So this is a fragrance that I wear pretty much most of the time, even if it's just one spritz. I don't like to overspray in the morning or at night. It's usually just kind of one spritz to uplift me before I really start my day. And so this is one that I definitely spray and love a lot. So this is one that will probably always be something that I wear. I've gone through probably at least a dozen bottles of that. Another one that I was wearing a lot of that I really enjoyed is Cookies and Kisses from Clinique My Happy. This is one of the newer ones to their My Happy line. And I like this one a lot because it does smell like fresh baked cookies. And it's slightly reminiscent of By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela. Not that it smells identical, not that it's a dupe, but it does smell kind of like that nutty, toasted, warm kind of feeling that that fragrance has. It's really, really nice. It's super accessible, very affordable, and if you kind of like gourmand fragrances that have a bit more spice and pepper to them, this is really great. It does smell kind of like a tray of cookies. It's really quite delicious. Now, a blend that I haven't really shared with you guys that I find myself wearing a lot of, and it's also my scent of the day, is I obviously will always wear a lot, and I mean a lot, of Escentric Molecules Molecule 1. It's one of my favorite fragrances, probably my most worn scent ever, and I mix this and blend this with everything, which is why it's worn. But a favorite for when it got to be really hot, like in the 90s, that I started wearing is a mix between Kristin. This is the fragrance that I created with Olfactory New York City. I will link the video below if you want to check it out. This is a great way to create kind of like a semi-bespoke fragrance where you really have a lot of choices and you can wear them and blend them. They have like little discovery sets to blend, and then you make it yourself. It's such a fun experience. It's so affordable, and they did reach out to me and they did offer the service for me to review, and I was really interested in it, especially after my disappointing experience with Waft, and I loved it. And so I created something kind of that was coconutty and white floral and creamy and very summertime vacation-y, and I really love this one. Actually, that's the reason why I had it blended. And I got this one, and you can purchase it. I will have a link to this below. It is not an affiliate link. They did offer an affiliate link to me and I declined it. So if you guys do want to try this fragrance out, if you like coconutty fragrances, I'll have it linked below, but that is not an affiliate link. I don't get anything from that. But I do really like this one blended with Molecule 1. For some reason, it just kind of gives it a little bit more of a woodiness, and it's less thick and creamy and a little bit lighter, which works really well in super humid weather. So really, really love these two together. I wear this one alone a lot, and I wear this one alone at least 2 to 3 times a week. So these are definitely some of my most worn fragrances. Now I do like vanilla, and I do like to layer vanilla with a lot of different things too. And I have a lot of really like high-end, very expensive vanilla fragrances, but the one that I find that I just keep reaching for since I got it is vanilla from Solo Notes Paris. So this is another one that I blend a lot. This is another one I will wear in the morning, just like one spritz, just to kind of start my day, especially when it was a tiny bit colder before before it got really super humid and gross. And I do really like this, and I also love the price point. It's like $22, $21 for this amount, and it's a nice fragrance, a great blending fragrance to have, and I do wear that one a lot, but it's usually one spritz to blend, or just like one spritz in the morning. Now, if you want to talk about something I never thought would happen, I emptied a bottle, and so this one had to be part of this list because this bottle was at least a third of the way full at the beginning of the year. I think I wore this to bed like every single day for like 3 weeks, and I would like spray it, and I just love this scent. So this is from Berdoues, and it's Bal de Clochettes, and I do believe this is discontinued. I've been trying to find a bottle of this to replace it with no luck. But this was such a gorgeous, just white floral fragrance that was just so fun to wear to bed. It was so sweet, it smelled really nice, and I just had the best dreams when I spray that. So this is an empty bottle, and I haven't finished a bottle in, I can't remember when. I think the last bottle I finished was obviously like Elizabeth Arden green tea. So I'm very happy to have worn that. Kind of sad I don't have it anymore. Still trying to track a bottle down. If any of you guys know where I could purchase a bottle of that, please let me know. But that is a most worn fragrance, and it is awesome. And I do genuinely love the fragrances from Berdoues. Berdoues generally, even full retail price, is pretty accessible, and I do really enjoy their fragrances. But that one was definitely a favorite and one I wore a lot of. I also find myself reaching for this one over and over and over again. It is one of my absolute favorites and a gorgeous, like, masterpiece of a scent. And it's Les Parfums de Thérèse from Frederic Malle. Just a stunning fragrance. If I have reviews of any of these guys, I'll link them all below. Definitely check them out if you're interested. But that one is just beautiful, and the melon is just so perfect. Now, a more affordable, easy to wear, really beautiful fragrance that I've just been loving is this is Peony and Peppercorn from Banana Republic. Another one is one that I wore a lot in the morning. This is one that I would wear to the hospital, actually, that worked really well. This is such a beautiful, fresh, and lively fragrance, and it's just so pretty. And it works so well on the skin. I just really love these fragrances from Banana Republic. Like, the entire Icon collection has just been, I've been really impressed. Even the ones that I don't particularly like, I still think are good fragrances. So this one has been one that I've loved, and the bottle is just so dang pretty. And then we have a recent favorite from House of Matriarch, Beauty Wood. Now, I purchased this because I love what Christy does with woods, and I love what Christy does with gourmands, and this is a beautiful marriage of the two. And this is a fragrance that I wore a lot of, especially when I first got it, because I just was really excited for it. I really loved the way that it smelled. It met and exceeded my expectations. And this is a fragrance that I would wear a lot in the morning because I just love how it would wake me up, it would ground. And this is just a great fragrance to start the day. And sometimes after I would like take a shower or bath in the morning, I would reapply this, and this would be my scent of the day too. This is one that sometimes when I organize my cabinets behind me, as you can see, I will move the fragrances that I wear the most kind of more to the front so I can get them. So if you want to see like the fragrances from my collection that I generally will gravitate and reach for, you can kind of like tell sort of the ones that are in the front if you can kind of see what those are. And I do try to reorganize this every few weeks just because I like to do it. And this is one that just for the past few months has just been in the front, and I've just been grabbing, and I haven't even kind of thought about it. I'm like, what am I wearing today? And I just find myself with this in my hand. It just smells so pretty. I love the woods. I love the creaminess that it has. And again, it just kind of grounds me and uplifts me. And it's something that I definitely needed those, that feeling of just being grounded, being uplifted, being happy, feeling like I have some sort of control over my life, because everything this past year has just been out of my control. And this has just been one that I've really, really loved. This last one is probably, since I've received it, been my most worn fragrance. I wear this one so much. I wear it in the morning, I wear it in the middle of the day, I wear it when I go to sleep, I mix it, I blend it. I love this fragrance, and I didn't know how much I was going to love this fragrance until I got it and I wore it, and it's just fantastic. And it's Eggier from Nichene. This fragrance, for how I like to smell, for the weather and the climate that I live in is so ridiculously perfect. It's just exceptional. And I probably layered this with about a quarter of the fragrances I've shared with you. I've layered this with the vanilla. I've layered this with the Banana Republic. I've layered this with, obviously, Escentric Molecules. I've tried layering this with the one from Olfactory, New York City. Didn't quite work as well as I wanted. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't, you know, something I, you know, would ever layer again. It was interesting. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. I love this with Green Tea from Elizabeth Arden. Fantastic fragrance, really beautiful, just perfect for heat, especially if you like aquatic fragrances, but you don't like the way most aquatic fragrances would smell. There's just something really crisp, really uplifting, really refreshing about that fragrance, and it's just one I've been wearing a ton of. It's fantastic. So I've worn a lot of other fragrances, but these are my most worn. These are the ones that I wore a lot in the very beginning of the year. I tend to be kind of gravitating towards and wearing more now. Some of them I'm wearing the entire January to now. They're just scents that I always love, I reach for, and I just tend to enjoy. And I know I do a lot of reviews, I do recommendations, I say wear this for this, this for this, but I like to share with you guys too the ones that I reach for, so that way you guys can know, hey, you know, she loves these, she wears these, and maybe that'll help you guys, you know, kind of figure out the types of fragrances you like to wear, the fragrances you'd like to try. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd also love to know what you guys have worn this year. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.